Did you know that the right life insurance policy can not only protect your family after you're gone, but can also be a powerful tool in your estate planning arsenal? It's true, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to leverage it to your advantage. Hi, I'm estate planning attorney Mike Smith with Smith Barid LLC, and I'm one half of the Estate Planning Guys. Today we're diving into how life insurance can play a critical role in your estate planning. It can potentially save you and your heirs thousands in taxes, and it can ensure that your legacy is preserved exactly as you wish. So first, let's talk about, what is life insurance? Life insurance isn't just a financial product. It's a strategic estate planning tool that can secure your family's future and fulfill your financial legacy. So whether you're looking just to cover final expenses or provide for your loved ones after you're gone, or ensure that your estate obligations are met without burdening your heirs. Understanding the different types of life insurance that are available is critical. So the first one is term life insurance, and this is life insurance for a set period. So for example, 10, 20, 30 years, and it offers a death benefit, nothing else, just a death benefit. It's very cost-effective. It is temporary, so it's cost-effective for temporary needs, such as covering a mortgage or making sure that education expenses are paid for your children until they're out of school. However, it doesn't build any cash value, and it doesn't offer lifelong coverage. So if we want to focus on lifelong coverage, there are other types of policies that we're going to need to take a look at. So let's talk about the other types of life insurance that are available. The first one is whole life insurance. Now, whole life insurance offers permanent coverage, so it can last for your entire lifetime. It's got a fixed premium, and it combines a death benefit with a cash value component that grows over time. It's the most expensive, but it provides financial flexibility, and it can contribute significantly to your estate's liquidity. In other words, the cash that's available to pay expenses after you pass away. Now, the next type I want to talk to you about is guaranteed universal life insurance. And guaranteed universal life sort of balances the permanence of whole life insurance with affordability that's closer to what term insurance costs. Guaranteed universal life focuses on a death benefit rather than cash value accumulation. So it can be a great strategic choice when you're seeking lifelong coverage without the high premiums that can come with permanent life and with whole life policies. So guaranteed universal life, a little more economical, lifelong policy. The next type of life insurance that we need to talk about is what's called survivorship life insurance, or a second to die life insurance policy. And it's specifically designed for couples. And the policy pays out upon the second spouse's death, and therefore it's sort of ideal for planning for estate taxes or for leaving a unified legacy to your heirs. It's a great strategic tool for managing estate taxes effectively. So we've talked about several different types of insurance. Term insurance, which is a temporary form of life insurance that just provides a death benefit. Whole life insurance, which is a permanent or lifelong policy that provides a death benefit and cash value accumulation. It is a bit more expensive. Then we talked about guaranteed universal life. It's a lifelong policy. It is less typically expensive than whole life policies, but it doesn't have that cash accumulation that whole life does. And then the last type of policy that we talked about is a second to die life insurance policy. And that type of policy, it pays out when the second spouse passes away. So it can be a bit more economical, and it's very good strategic tool. So that's a basic understanding of some different types of life insurance policies that can be applicable to your estate, can be very useful in the estate planning context. All of those policies can be available to provide liquidity for paying estate taxes. That's especially important for estates with illiquid assets like real estate or, for example, a family business. So if we have a valuable family business that we want to keep in the family, but there are some estate tax concerns, then the life insurance policy can provide cash to help pay the estate taxes and thereby protect the family business from being split up or sold off, that sort of thing. So that's an example of using life insurance to satisfy an estate tax issue. And we would typically use an irrevocable life insurance trust in this type of situation to exclude the insurance proceeds from the taxable estate. So we create this special type of irrevocable trust. We put the life insurance policy into that irrevocable trust, and then it's not part of your estate. So when you pass away, it doesn't become part of the total value of the estate. It passes outside of the estate, and then the cash value or the benefit from that can be used to help pay any estate tax liability that there is. So if you're interested in learning more about how we help families protect their legacies from probate, predators, and government intrusions, I wrote a free book titled The Ultimate Gift that lays it all out. If you'd like to pick up your free copy of The Ultimate Gift, simply click the link below, give us your address and a credit card for shipping and handling fees, and we'll ship it out to you free of charge. Read The Ultimate Gift so you can learn how to protect your family. The other way that it can be used is to replace assets. So for example, if you need to balance out an estate, you could, so for example, if you gave away a family business during your lifetime, so let's say you had one child who worked in the business and one who did not, and you decided that you wanted to give the business to the child who worked in the business, you could use life insurance at your death to give the other child a testamentary gift that was equal to the value of the business. That's an example of how you might use life insurance to sort of replace the value of an asset that you've given away during your lifetime. With life insurance, you always want to make sure that your beneficiary designations are handled properly. So if you have a trust, you want to name the trust as the beneficiary of the life insurance policy. For example, with an irrevocable life insurance trust, most of the time when we do revocable living trusts for clients, we will name the trust as the beneficiary of the life insurance policy as well as the owner. And that does two things. Number one, if we need to access the policy during the life of the grantor, the person that set up the trust, and they are incapacitated, so they lack the capacity mentally to make decisions for themselves, the trustee will then have control over the life insurance policy and can tap into the cash value of it to use for other purposes like paying for medical care, etc. And the second thing is that if we name the revocable trust as the beneficiary of the life insurance policy, then when you die, the revocable trust will control the distribution of that life insurance policy in the way that you want. Rather than being just paid out immediately to your beneficiary, it'll flow into the trust, and the trust can control the distributions from there. So if you have special concerns around the distribution of your estate, having the revocable trust named as the beneficiary of the life insurance policy can help manage the distribution after you passed away. So beneficiary designations are super important with these life insurance policies. And then the other thing that we can do with life insurance, or one other thing we can do, is we can equalize the estate. So if, for example, and I talked about this earlier, we had a business, or let's say that we have a vacation home, you got 3 kids, 2 of them really want to use the vacation home. The third one, lives across the country and will never set foot in the vacation home after you've died. Then you could use life insurance for that child who will not have any interest in the vacation home, and split the vacation home between the other 2 beneficiaries. So it gives you a way to kind of equal things out when you have assets that are difficult to divide up. The other area where life insurance can be really important is for business owners. So life insurance is often used as a way to fund a buy-sell agreement. So if you have a partner in your business and you decide with your partner that, hey, when one of us passes away, I don't really want to be in business with your spouse, nor do you want to be in business with my spouse. Or maybe, like in the case of attorneys, you have to be a licensed attorney to own a law firm. So you may have a spouse that's not a licensed attorney and therefore couldn't own a law firm. So in all of those types of situations, we would create a buy-sell agreement. So a contract between the 2 partners that says, hey, if I die, you're going to buy me out or buy my family out. If you die, I'm going to buy your family out. And then the way we fund that oftentimes is with the life insurance. So we can have a valuation of the business done. We can say the value of the business is X. We'll buy a life insurance policy worth that amount, one for each of us. And there are different ways to structure that, but just follow along the basic concept. So we'll buy one for each of us. And then when one of us dies, that life insurance will help fund the buyout of the other partner, the deceased partner's family. So that can be a great way to fund buy-sell agreements with life insurance. And then another situation that comes up is blended families. So we may want to provide for a spouse while preserving the estate's principal for children from a previous marriage. And life insurance can provide an easy way to do that. So when the first spouse dies, the life insurance policy pays a cash benefit to the surviving spouse, and they have no interest in the rest of the estate. It goes to the surviving children of the deceased spouse. That can be a great way to solve that problem. And that is such an important issue to solve. I can't tell you how many times I've heard stories about families where the first spouse to die left assets that he or she intended to go to his children, and the surviving spouse ended up spending the money or giving it to their children. So that is a really important thing to consider when you do your estate planning. If you're into blended marriage, is how can we set things up in a way that, both families will be treated fairly and there'll be adequate distributions for everybody to make sure that it's all fair. And life insurance can be a great way to solve that problem. So if you haven't considered life insurance as part of your estate plan, now's the time to start. It's not just about covering funeral expenses. It's also a strategic move to protect your estate and ensure that your loved ones are taken care of. If you want to explore how life insurance fits into your estate plan, reach out to us for a personalized consultation. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more estate planning insights from the estate planning guys. Remember, planning today can save your family from unnecessary stress and financial burden tomorrow. I'm Mike Smith, and we're here to help you navigate these decisions every step of the way. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video where we'll explore another essential aspect of estate planning.